A very good morning and greetings to my young friends and sisters. It's indeed a wonderful opportunity to be part of this 150th birth anniversary celebrations of Swami Vivekananda, which has started last year, January 12th, and which will continue till the end of 2014. 3 years massive celebrations are being organized all over the country, Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Gujarat to Northeast, in various ways, in various methods, various platforms, to fulfill the vision and mission of Swami Vivekananda. One of the agendas of the Ramakrishna Math and the Government of India is to establish centers of human excellence, which we have done in your college a couple of months back. And through our Institute of Human Excellence in Ramakrishna Math, we have planned or took up an ambitious project to set up 150 branches of human excellence in 150 colleges. Until today, we have successfully inaugurated, set up, and continue to give training to youngsters in nearly 74 colleges in and around the city of Hyderabad. And our target is to complete 150 by December of this year. My dear young students, young sisters, who will become future responsible people of the country, please understand, Vivekananda is just not to be appreciated but to be applied. It is not just to be applauded but to be accepted in your daily life. Then alone the celebration will have some meaning and will have some benefit for your personality, character and career. Things are not as bright as we are seeing today. On the one hand, there is success in science and technology, success in engineering, success in space, success in medicine. So many things are there which are happening in India. And our country is not poor anymore as far as money is concerned. There is so much of benefit, so much of purchasing power in the youth, and also there is no dearth of brain power. Indian scientists are one of the best in the world. Indian mathematicians are the best in the world. NASA is 70% of Indians. And we ourselves have indigenous products in DRDL, in ISRO, and so on and so forth. We have no problem in population power, 1.21 billion strong. And we have no problem in human resources, in youth population. Nearly 70% of India's population is youth. Europe, America, United States, other parts of the globe, they have problems with old people. And what's our problem? By 2020, please imagine, when we are making India a developed country by 2020, the Times magazine and the United Nations report says India's problem will not be Alzheimer's disease, it will not be swine flu, it will not be any other physical or mental problem. The problem will be very, very serious. India's problems will be young, rich, retired Indians at 50% of the population. I repeat again, young, rich, retired Indians. They cannot see properly, they cannot listen properly, they cannot digest a cup of milk properly, back pain, spondylitis, cholesterol, and a liability for the country because obesity will increase. And when obesity will increase, earthquakes will increase. How long will Mother Earth bear the weight of these people who are drinking, dancing and making merry only? No productive work, because by 40 he is a retired fellow. And he has earned tons and tons of money which he uses only for his physical enjoyment. There is nothing else that he can do. Body will not cooperate, mind will not cooperate, and what will we do with such a massive population which is unproductive and which will become a great liability for the nation? This is a dangerous trend that is going on in the country today. On the one hand, science and technology has given us a boom. It has made us whole world a global village. Knowledge is explored to your drawing rooms. Touch of the mouse, click of the mouse, tons and tons of information comes to your computers. And not only knowledge, and what is the tragedy is, even your certificate can be downloaded. You need not go to the convocation, and you need not write the exam also in some cities and some universities. That is the gift of science. But on the other hand, my dear young friends, in the small dramatized dance that you saw, the reality of the society that you saw, which has been beautifully or very excellently presented by your friends. It is not just a dance drama, it is the reality which is happening in all around the cities and colleges. I'm sorry to say, I've seen this happening. I've heard people coming and telling me that somehow they have managed to come out of this pressure. Somehow managed to come out of drug addiction. Even girls who will become future mothers of India. Somehow managed to come out of drinking, which in the womb, where you will have your baby, will have mental retardation. I have seen a NGO in Madras called We Excel, run by two husband and wife doctors. They were highly influenced by Vivekananda's teachings. They were earning tons and tons of money in the United States, but they felt their cup of tea is not America, to serve American children, but to serve the Indian brothers and sisters, their own children. They sacrificed their comforts, came down to Madras and started this We Excel NGO, which takes care of mentally retarded and cerebrally affected young children. You cannot help crying when you see those young kids. Do you know who they are? They are sons of multimillionaires, daughters of multimillionaires, but mentally retarded. There is no combination, cooperation, there is no support between their head and the heart and the body. They just smile at you because they don't know where they are taking them. And nearly in that NGO, there are 400 such kids, girls and boys. Each floor has got 100 patients of different levels of mental celibacy, mental problems. And their children are brought in Volkswagen, they are brought in Skodas, they are brought in SUVs, they are brought in BMWs. The driver and the Arya comes, the servant comes, puts their children in the hospital or in the training center and goes back. Neither the mother comes nor the father comes because they are very, very, very busy people. And I asked Dr. Vasudha Prakash, who is the chief of this We Excel, what is this problem about? She explained with tears in her eyes. Why is it happening? Was my second question. I want all the young girls here who will become future mothers to listen to this expression or the words of Dr. Vasudha Prakash. She said, I asked doctor, why are these young kids like this? They are in 9th standard, they are in 10th standard, they are in inter first year, they are of that age, 12 years, 15 years, 18 years. They cannot walk properly, they cannot eat properly, they have no language even. They have no even language. They cannot say Amma. Because they don't know to whom they are talking. Are they talking to a stone? Are they talking to a statue? Are they talking to somebody else? They don't know that you are a human being. Such is the effect of the brain, which is not cooperating in daily life. Do you know what Dr. Vasudha Prakash told me personally? When the baby is in the womb of the mother for 9 months, these young mothers who have no values, who have only money as their worship, have led a very immoral life. This is the curse of nature which is taking them by storm. a curse of nature. Prakriti వీళ్ళ మీద ఒక శాపం వేస్తుంది. Because they led a very immoral life when the baby is still in the womb. And what is the net result? The baby is born with mental retardation. The baby cannot address one's own mother as Amma, cannot address one's own father as Nana. What is the use of your money and bank balance and computers or SUVs or Volkswagens when your own child cannot say Amma? But you take the child and take her in Volkswagen and put her in the dustbin. And you are ready for that. And you don't even come to take the child back home. Driver has to come and take the child back home. My dear sisters, I have seen in that hospital or in the NGO in the building, a room with minus 20-degree temperature. A small room, freezing cold, biting cold. I was surprised. We cannot walk near that. The cold wind will be blowing. It will be like Kashmir, like Himalayas. Minus 20-degree temperature. I asked, doctor, what is this for? She said, Swamiji, whenever there is a violent nature in the child, nobody can control it. It will bite you, it will scratch you, it will pound on you. The energy will be enormous in this young kid. So what do? We hold the child and put her in that room and close it. Within 5 minutes, and they'll be giving a small flute sound or a violin sound music, and the child within 20 minutes goes to sleep. That is the only way we can give treatment to the child. And then they call the mother, call the father, or call the driver. He comes and takes the child home. Next day morning, the child comes without any expression. Dull, induced with sedatives and psychiatric tablets. 400 children, the future citizens who will become older and older, you cannot kill them. You cannot put them into gas chamber. That is not our tradition. But the mother, look at the heart of the mother, where she is. It happened in Hyderabad. When I went to the police commissioner to invite him for our National Youth Day, with tears in his eyes, just before I went to the police commissioner's chamber to invite him personally, there were two couples, husband and wife, stinking rich. They were quarreling with the police commissioner because he had put the case on their daughter and on their son. Why? Because both the son and the daughter were found drinking in Banjara Hills in the midnight, drunken driving, 18 years old. But the commissioner did not put the case straight away. He sent a constable and to call the mother and father to the station and take their child as a warning. And do you know, my dear friends, where this great mother and father were at 3 o'clock in the morning? Both of them were in a pub. Mother and father in the pub, son and daughter drinking, drunken driving, caught. The whole family. And mother cries, you have spoiled the career of my child by putting this case. The police commissioner was very strong. He spared no words. He said, you have spoiled your children and you are spoiling your life also. At 3 o'clock in the morning, where were you when I sent my constable to come and take your child? My dear sisters, please understand the sensitivity of life. 27th February, a young boy called Prakash Gupta, who was a topper in an engineering college in Haryana, in Hisar, second-year boy, son of a carpenter, was brutally shot dead by his own classmates outside the college compound. 27th February 2012, just 4 days ago. What was his mistake? To become a topper in the class. Who were the friends who shot dead? His own classmates, who were son of rich people, influential people of Hisar village. They were harassing him, ragging him, torturing him mentally, but he withstood the shocks, became the topper in the second year semester exam. But what is the net result? And the college name is very interesting college. Very inspiring name, Kalpana Chawla College of Engineering. And what are the products there? Shooting his own classmate, 2 people. Engineering is not that important. Yes, on the one hand we have to face the Western world of science, technology, etc., etc., etc. But at what cost? At the cost of mind engineering, at the cost of your personality, at the cost of your moral values or your own life itself, which is being purchased by anybody and everybody. We have put a board here, my mind to let. Na manassu addike labinchanu. Anybody and everybody can occupy it, free of cost also sometimes. And what is that education which Swamiji spoke 114 years ago to solve the problems of India? We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. The character is formed. Strength of mind is increased. In the drama that you saw, in the dance that you saw, lack of that strength, or the pressure from the negativity, from the poison of the world, from the toxins of the world, becoming addicts to drugs, drinking, and all sorts of things. The whole nation is being swept across by a tsunami of this. My dear young friends, 4 things are very, very important which Swamiji hammered on the soil of India, on the brains of India. Number 1, Atma Shraddha. Every woman, every boy, every girl should be induced with this Maha Mantra called Atma Shraddha. Today that has been translated as self-confidence, self-belief, self-trust, etc., etc., but they are not exact translations. Vivekananda wanted Atma Shraddha. Shraddha is like a nuclear energy. Shraddha is like a nuclear energy. Protons, neutrons, electrons pounded together, put into a small closet and thrown on somebody, it becomes a nuclear energy. That is the power of Shraddha. It's a combination of all positive thoughts focused on any action. Today, unfortunately, because of the attractions and distractions, we do not have self-confidence. We have replaced it by self-confidence. Self has been sold out to a cell. And that cell, which is in your bag, which is in your pocket, in Banjara Hills or in Kukatpalli or in another place, one IAS officer's daughter, one IPS officer's daughter, one businessman's daughter has been led into human trafficking. After 8 months, one IAS officer's daughter's body was found on the railway tracks of Secunderabad, brutally assaulted, brutally misused by a gang of people. Just one missed call in that self-confidence. Her life was taken away and shattered her personality. So unless and until Swamiji says we train ourselves, parents train their children, teachers train their students, and you teach yourself Atma Shraddha, no power, no medicine, no degrees can save the nation. The problems will be increasing. There are a group of drunkards, after having a wonderful drink and a heavy drink, losing their mental balance and losing their sense, went on singing, mumbling, jumping and moving across in the streets. They came across a big reservoir. They saw a boat tied up there, and one of them said, let's have a boat ride, let's enjoy the boat ride. It was a Purnami night. Andaru kurchani boat lo kurchunaru, andaru oppukunnaru, boat nadustundi. 1 hour okkadu padavu nadipistunnadu. Whole night they were singing, dancing and enjoying the boat ride. ఉదయం సూర్యోదయం అయిపోయింది, 5 గంటలు 5:15 అయింది, వాళ్ళు మత్తు తగ్గింది, సూర్యోదయం వచ్చింది. టు దేర్ షాక్ అండ్ సర్ప్రైజ్ దే ఫౌండ్ దే డిడ్ నాట్ మూవ్ 1 inch ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ప్లేస్. హోల్ నైట్ పని చేశారు పాపం. బోట్ అక్కడే తిరుగుతుంది సర్కిల్స్. ఇట్ వాస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఇన్ సర్కిల్స్ ఓన్లీ. ఎవ్రీబడి స్టార్టెడ్ ఫైటింగ్ విత్ ఎవ్రీబడి. టిల్ ఎ టైమ్ కేమ్ వెన్ వన్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ గాట్ సమ్ బుద్ధి అండ్ సెడ్, అయ్యో మనం అందరం మూర్ఖులమే, చూడు boat is tied up to the tree. And what were they doing? They were rowing an anchored boat. But hard work they were doing, huh? Whole night they were rowing the boat. But where was the boat going? Nowhere. That is the problem with the human mind if you don't have Atma Shraddha. You'll be doing heavy work, hard work, intense work. But the whole nation is going 1 step forward, 5 steps backward. We are solving one problem, creating 5 problems. And India's problem is not unemployment problem, it is unemployable problem. Why should I take you? What is there in you? Character? Do you have some knowledge? Do you have some faith? Do you have some efficiency? Let me tell you another bad example. I feel it's a bad example, but we have to tell it because that is what you should not do. That is what you should not be misled or They should not be your ideals. They cannot be your role models. 2 Saturdays back, in a training center, in a IT industry, in a software industry, in a hardware industry in Hyderabad, in high-tech city, training is going on, newly recruited engineering students who have come from different parts of the country. Very good in technology, very good in programming, very good in their skill, technology, very good in their English. On a Saturday, when the training is still going on, still 1 month more is there, it will end in March end, 2 girls duped the security guard, duped the security, 2-3 people. They are not supposed to bring anything outside. But these 2, I'm telling you, it's a very shocking and a very painful example I'm telling you. These 2 young girls just recruited, finished their engineering last year. What did they bring to their training center? Water bottle with water, but it was mixed with rum. Mothers of India. They will become the future mothers of babies who are mentally retarded. According to VXL Dr. Vasudha Prakash. I'm telling you medical statistics. It is not a fiction. My dear sisters, not only these 2, they were trying to inspire, trying to conspire, trying to have that water to drink during the lunch break with 6 girls. 1 girl somehow became shocked, upset, afraid. What will happen? She complained to the HR, and within 5 minutes, all the 6 girls lost their job. All the 6 girls were sacked from that multinational company. But what is most painful is, the Vice President personally told me, there was not a centimeter of regret in their face. They did not feel sorry for what they have done. This is India at the present moment. They said, you will get a job somewhere. And the Vice President said, yes, I know your credentials. You are very good in technology. You will get a job somewhere, no doubt. But there also, you will be sacked. You will be fired. You will get a job in a 3rd company. There also, you will be sacked. Because your fundamentals are wrong. There's no foundation in your feet. The earth is slipping under your ground. You cannot stand. Nobody will accept this. And mind you, you are going to be the future mothers. What kind of children are you going to rear up in your womb? On the one hand, science and technology and jobs fairs. On the other hand, this is the irresponsibility or lack of respect towards one's own body and spirit. This is where Vivekananda comes. Mind you, the world-conquering hero who shook the roots of America by 3 minutes, by addressing them as sisters and brothers of America, which did not happen earlier, which will not happen in the future. What was it that was going on in the mind of Swami Vivekananda? And when he was returning to India in 1900, that is the uniqueness of Swami Vivekananda. If you want to become the students of Swami Vivekananda, if you want to follow the footsteps of Swami Vivekananda, from 2012 onwards, my dear young friends, please understand the heart of Swami Vivekananda, not just his English lectures. He could revolutionize the whole world when he was only 30 years, in that slave country called India at that time. It was not just his oratory, it was not just because he was handsome, it was not just because he was fine in English, but he had that spirit of India, the spirituality of India in his heart. He went deeply into the every nook and corner of India, every village of India. Understood the India of the great sages and the saints, the great Rishis, the great Gargis and the Maitris, the great Andals and the great Sitas and the Damayantis and the Savitris. He said, that is Mother India from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. My dear young girls, have confidence in that Mother India. Do not worry about any other things in India. The America is called Father America. There is no place for mother there. Because every daughter, every son will have 5 mothers. And that Mother India which I am speaking about, Swamiji underwent a terrible pain in that Mother India's heart. What is happening to my mother? And when he was coming back from America to India, the ship had to go through Cairo in Egypt. It was halted there in the harbor. And Swami just went down with a few of his American and European friends. He saw a building where there were 20 or 24-year-old girls heckling at them, smiling at them, teasing them, welcoming them, making all sorts of signals to them to come into the building. Swamiji asked, who are they? And there was a Spanish disciple of Swami Vivekananda by name Emma Calvi, who was one of the greatest opera singers of America, who went into depression and suicide, but having come across Swami Vivekananda's lectures, her life was transformed and he regained back her talent. She was one of the greatest opera singers, a Western classical singer called Emma Calvi. She said, Swamiji, please do not go that side. They are a bunch of prostitutes. Please don't go that side. Swamiji just listened, did not express anything. He just went into that street area, was just going like a king, was just majestically walking, looking at them. The next part of the story is very interesting. A few girls come out of the home, standing in the street, and here is Swami Vivekananda walking all alone, young, handsome, dynamic, like a lion. And those few young girls came and with tears in their eyes knelt down at his feet and touched his garment, and in Spanish they gave a very beautiful expression, hombre de Dios, which means, oh man of God, oh man of God. Seeing them, young people, Swamiji cried. He cried like a child. Remember, at a very word called Sisters and Brothers of America, 7,000 people stood up and applauded for 3 minutes non-stop, and the rest was history, where he shook the very fundamentals of America. Such a person is crying like a child, seeing the misery of these young girls. And one of them, another Spanish girl, 20 years, covered her face, told Emma Calvi in Spanish, tell this man, for the first time in our life, somebody is looking at us with respect. My soul is shriveling in his presence. I cannot stand seeing his face, because he is seeing us as if we are his daughters. I feel I am seeing my mother. I am ashamed to see my mother. Look at the vibrations of Swami Vivekananda after 150 years. That was the expression of the prostitutes in Cairo, when Vivekananda cried and also blessed them on their head. He blessed them on their head and said, oh mothers, why are you keeping your divinity on your body? Just give a shift to your thought process. Your divinity, meelo unde daivatvanni shariram meeda bettaru, bodily enjoyments meeda bettaru. Amma, please give a shift to that. I bless you. With tears in his eyes, Swamiji came back. Those young daughters, with tears in their eyes, went back into their house without any further word. My dear friends, that is where an application of Vivekananda's teachings is important, not just appreciation. Swamiji does not want your appreciation. He wants your participation. He wants you, the young girls of India, to become the great mothers of India. From your womb, from your personality should come the great Bharat Ratnas, not people who are running riot on the roads without anything. Today, unfortunately, because of the glamour of the Bollywoods and the Tollywoods and etc., and the Western media on your heads, on your bedrooms and everywhere, we are moving, unfortunately, from shyness to shamelessness. Can you see in Indian culture, where a Sita was born, where a Holy Mother Sharada Devi was born, where the great Bharata Ranis were born, and advertisements in Hyderabad, and advertisements in Chennai, and advertisements in Bombay for the young girls having to have what is called safe abortion? Is that the India that you want? Keep a hand on your chest and proclaim, yes, that is the India that we want. We want an India where safe abortion is done for young unwed mothers. That is the problem of America today. Lakhs and lakhs of unwed mothers with the babies in their hand coming to the school and college, putting the babies in the creche and attending the class, attending the tuition exams, then taking the babies and going away home. What will happen to that fellows? That babies without mother's heart or with father's training or the love at home. And I am telling you with great pain, my dear young sisters, that disease, that virus has already entered Hyderabad. That virus has already entered Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, and they're already into that. Because the Supreme Court is worried today, there's a big debate about moral values in institutions, where young girls, young boys in Delhi, Mumbai, and other metropolitan cities are selling their bodies for quick money. But that education where there is no character, where we produce only jellyfish existence, where the information is running riot, undigested all through your life. Yesterday I was showing to my students in our institute where we have a Sunday class, I was showing a video of one Sunita Krishnan who is working in Charminar here. She herself in her teenage was brutally raped by 15 people. Today she is an assault. She is a strong force, saved 3,500 girls only in Hyderabad from human trafficking. One girl, one lady, she is 40 years old today. She was brutally beaten, assaulted, but she stood because of her character, because no fault of hers, society had ostracized her. Society had victimized her. And she says with great pain in an international conference, Indians are very good in getting PhDs for victimizing the victims. Who is to take care of the mothers of India? Those who are in engineering, those who are in MBA. Understand the purpose of your education, which Swamiji said, which Vivekananda wanted. The purpose of education is important, not the performance. Performance will take care of itself if the purpose is your backdrop. What is the purpose of my education? What is the purpose of my living? That is the success formula of Narayana Murthy. That is the success formula of Azim Premji. Purpose was important, performance is history. And what is history after all? That you studied in school, that I studied in school, or Vivekananda studied in school. History is the story of a few young men and women who had tremendous faith in themselves. That faith calls out the divinity within. And the day the nation loses faith, death comes. And shall we allow India to die before our very eyes? Young boys and girls succumbing to pressures. Shall we allow that India to die? That is the question which Vivekananda asked 114 years ago. Shall India die? If India dies, whole world will die. Because India is a mother to the world. India is a teacher to the world. India dies, whole world will die. But my dear sisters, Vivekananda says, my India will never die because it is Mother India. Mothers cannot die. They sacrifice. If India dies, what will happen to the whole world? Chaos, tsunami, earthquake. Whole ideality will be extinct. ఆధ్యాత్మికత అనేది కంప్లీట్గా నాశనం అయిపోద్ది, ఎక్స్టింక్షన్ అయిపోద్ది, డెజర్ట్ అయిపోద్ది. అక్కడ మొరాలిటీ ఉండదు. దాని స్థలంలో లస్ట్ అండ్ లగ్జరీ యాజ్ ది మేల్ అండ్ ఫీమేల్ డీటీస్, మనీ యాజ్ ఇట్స్ ప్రీస్ట్, ఫ్రాడ్, ఫోర్స్, కాంపిటీషన్ ఇట్స్ సెరమనీస్, హ్యూమన్ సోల్ sacrificed. But such a thing can never be. India will never die. We have confidence in that. Because that is where you sisters will have a great role to play in the next 10 years. You have a great responsibility on your young shoulders, not on your mother or a grandmother, on you, on each one of you here. That is where the power of the women of India lies. It is not in the Bollywoods and the Tollywoods. November 16th, you know, Aishwarya Rai became a mother. And the whole media and the whole country and the educated people were in Bombay only. But at the same time, you do not know 5,000 babies died in India on November 16th. died in India out of malaria, died in India out of dengue, died in India out of typhoid, died in India out of malnutrition, died in India out of severe cold in the north. 5,000 babies who could become future Bharat Ratnas or Abdul Kalams. I have seen the photo of a young mother. She herself was half naked, carrying her dead baby to the graveyard in Uttar Pradesh. Can you imagine the situation in India today? At a time when lakhs of rupees in parties and drinking and dancing in colleges and schools. One college is spending in Moinabad 25 lakh rupees to invite one pop singer from Mumbai. When there is malnutrition in Moinabad itself. 1 hour of entertainment of yours in a pub. 1 hour. 15 lakh rupees, sorry, 1.5 lakh rupees was spent by 50 students in Kukatpalli area. Just 1 hour. And the statistics say that 1 hour of entertainment cost would be 1 month's food for 4 people in the villages of Telangana. 1 hour, 1.5 lakh rupees. They can eat a little roti, they can eat a little dal, they can eat a little pappu for 1 full month. Do we feel that? We just sympathize. We just take it for granted. It is the parliament, it is the government and this and that. But Swamiji said, parliaments and governments cannot make a difference. But it is the people of India, the youth of India that can take the responsibility. That is where your role has to play. MBA graduates here, put a hand on your chest and ask, what difference can I make in Andhra Pradesh with my management knowledge? What difference I can make in Karnataka? What difference I can make in India if I am become an excellent manager, an excellent CEO? If I can start my own company, can I make a difference? One young engineer called Girish Bharadwaj, do you know what he is doing today? He is a mechanical engineer. He knows how to build low-cost bridges. He is from Karnataka, Bangalore University. Do you know what is he doing today? Till today, he has helped 2 lakh village people in the borders of Karnataka and Kerala by building 67 low-cost bridges. The government could not do it. No other people could not do it. One man is able to do it. 67 low-cost bridges. Engineering technology plus his heart is making a difference in 2 lakh people in the islands of Kerala. Do you know one boy by name Sharad Babu in Chennai is employing the unemployable youth in his catering services in SRM University in Chennai? He has employed 17,000 unemployable graduates. They don't have a skill, they don't have a mobile, they have been exploited. But Sharad Babu took up the responsibility. Why? Vivekananda entered into his heart when he was in 10th standard. My dear young friends, do you know the world's youngest headmaster? He is not from America or America. The world's youngest headmaster I am speaking. The world's youngest headmaster is only 15 years old. He has got a school in an unknown village, which you might not have heard in the village India's map. It is called Bhabta in Murshidabad district in West Bengal. This boy, when he was in the 5th standard and went on learning, he is a Muslim boy by name Babar Ali. He is doing BA honors today and he is considered by BBC as the world's youngest headmaster when he was only 12 years old. He started his school with 8 students and today up to 8th standard Babar Ali, who is the headmaster, has got 977 students. Who are the students? Who are children of farmers, laborers, coolies, tailors, who are washermen, maid servants' children. They are all his students today. And who are his classmates? Babar Ali's. Who are the teachers? Babar Ali's classmates are the teachers. 8th standard students are writing their exam this April. And Babar Ali says, somebody asked him, who is the foundation? How did you get this inspiration, this idea to start the school? He says, I read Swami Vivekananda when I was in 9th standard. Vivekananda entered into my heart. Babar Ali's mother, who is a maid servant, told young Babar Ali Why are you doing all this? Why don't you study? Why don't you earn money and then do it? This young Babar Ali is telling his own mother, from where has come this idea of selfishness in you? Have you not read Swami Vivekananda? And mother blessed him with both the heart and head and heart and said, Inshallah, do not just one school, have many schools in India, I will bless you. Inshallah, do it. And his father is a tailor. Father is a tailor of Babar Ali in the villages of Bapta, Murshidabad district, earning about 30 rupees or 40 rupees per day. Very poor tailor. Babar Ali's father also blessed him. Not just one school, Babar, go and have many schools in India. Allah will bless you. And Babar Ali says, this is a school of joyful learning. And it's a beautiful school. It's a very excellently built school. It's an air-conditioned school where there are no compounds, no roof, always air-conditioned. It's in the fields of Bapta. The village school is going on in the fields of Bapta. Those who are interested, please come to Ramakrishna Math. I will show that in a big screen for you. And who found it out? The uniqueness of Babar Ali, not Indian media, not Indian newspapers, BBC and London Times. We have to be grateful for them for discovering world's youngest headmaster. Now he is just 16 years old. And he has a plan to take that school into a college level, and from that Murshidabad district should become educated. And from here, educated people will go over the whole of West Bengal. He studies in the morning from 9:30 to 1 o'clock, comes back, has a little lunch, and the school starts at 2:30 up to evening 7 o'clock. At a time when his friends are playing and gossiping and entertainment, this Babar Ali says, this is my game, this is my seva, this is my worship, this is my gratefulness to Swami Vivekananda. Where is Bapta? Where is Swami Vivekananda? Where is Babar Ali? And where are these 977 children learning the basics of life? Joyful learning with Ananda Niketan. His school's name is Ananda Niketan. Every child brings his own chair, his own blanket to sit there. Very beautiful school, natural school. They have not seen a life beyond Bapta village. But today, because of Babar Ali, they are seeing the whole world. BBC has gone and taken a 5-minute video project of that. My dear young friends, please understand what difference can you make by your potentiality. Do you know how much of potentiality you have in you? That is hidden like gold. And at that time, when we are forgetting our potentiality, Swami Vivekananda writes, please do not search for glass beads in the market of life when you are having